Hello friends, in the plant profile series of videos, we will be seeing profiles of various plants, and in today's episode we will be looking at the Big Bertha pepper plant. So this pepper plant is grown in a container, a 16-inch wide, 16-inch high container, and you can easily find the Big Bertha pepper plant in most garden stores. After it started growing, I noticed that the plant was not very resistant to diseases. It started off very slowly. There were a lot of insects that chewed on the leaves, and I was able to control most of it using mineral oil. So let's look at our first harvest. The first harvest wasn't as good as I thought. There were some insects which probably caused damage to some of the peppers, and you can see the leaves as well are damaged. And that's because this pepper is not very hot. It's a very mild pepper. Most of the sweet peppers are mild peppers. So our first harvest was okay, one or two big peppers, but not that great. And I noticed that as the pepper plant grew, it was producing some better peppers. I could see the volume increase. I was also doing a lot of hand pollination for these peppers. And finally I did see that the peppers did grow in size and volume. So those are pretty decent sized peppers. And harvesting about 3 at a time doesn't look too shabby at all. So you will see that the Big Bertha pepper plant is not a very prolific grower, but it can still produce a lot of decent sized fruits for the size of the pepper plant. And I think when you're growing vegetables, all that matters is getting big peppers out of it. Now look at those peppers, they are pretty big sized. And remember, it's the same pepper plant, just one pepper plant, and we are harvesting these peppers one by one after specified intervals. So look at that pepper plant. There was a little bit of damage by the insects, but overall very healthy, very big peppers. And look what you see here, mating butterflies. They're probably laying their eggs, or will be laying them soon, and the caterpillars are going to munch away on your peppers again. So let's start with another harvest. This time the peppers are really big, huge. I'm very satisfied with the quality of the peppers here. As you can see, it now stands up to its name, the Big Bertha. And they're great for stuffing, they're great for grilling. Overall pretty good. And let's move towards the final harvest of this video. Remember, this pepper plant will still keep growing, but I'm going to harvest a few peppers here to show you one final harvest of these peppers. And if you noticed, we have harvested this several times now. So this does give you a lot of yield, especially for the fact that it's growing in container, a 16-inch container. This yield is pretty impressive in my opinion. If this plant was growing in the ground with a lot of room, the results would have been much better. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you a good idea about the profile of the Big Bertha pepper plant. And this is the first in my series of plant profiles. I will try and introduce various varieties of plants that you can grow and try to cite the pros and cons of each. So let's look at this chart for the rating of Big Bertha pepper. All these ratings are out of 10, and if you have any suggestions for the ratings that I provide to the plants, any plant, please do leave your comments. Please let me know your suggestions. I would love to hear from you. And that's all we have today. I'll see you soon. Happy gardening.